Yes, y'all. Welcome into a special first ever edition watch along of the Dumb Marks After Dark podcast. We will be watching along live with AEW Dynamite, getting ready for the pay-per-view Double or Nothing this weekend.
Oh, I thought Jason was going to walk off already.
Yeah. Looks like we got Sting and Darby coming out here to kick off the start of the show. Gentlemen, how's everybody doing this evening? Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching along live with us.
Definitely, thanks for tuning in.
Comment along with us as we watch Dynamite here, so we can interact as much as possible while the show's going on with you guys. We're going to try to keep up with it as best we can, considering we're on mute and closed captioning and all that other good stuff. So
I don't even know how to do closed captioning.
I turned mine on the TV, but nothing's showing up so far. So I don't know if I got it.
Everything's going good for me. Yeah.
Do you have to do it on your phone, Steve? Since you said you have AirPlay.
Aha, that may be the key. That may be the key.
My stuff might be a little behind because I'm running on YouTube TV, and it's almost like a 2-minute delay for me.
Okay, I'm on. I'm using Xfinity Stream tonight too. So,
okay. I like the setup. The setup reminds me of when NXT was in was it Georgia for a bit?
Yeah,
when they were. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
They did this similar kind of like at Fyter Fest a couple years ago too, like limited stage.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Darby and Cesar Bononi in the ring.
Change the cam.
Yeah,
different.
Yeah.
They changed the whole setup.
Yeah, they did.
I'm kind of digging it right now.
A lot of fans in the place tonight, so I guess showcasing them off a little bit more.
So are we getting like old Impact days? It looks like Hills out of one side of the tunnel and Faces out of the other, or is it just one tunnel now?
I think it might just be one tunnel.
Like one tunnel, yeah.
Because that the way that they have that tunnel set up right now, it looks like the first Fyter Fest.
Yeah,
they only use one entrance.
I said that about a minute ago, but thanks for joining the conversation.
Well, I couldn't hear you. I was busy fixing the closed captioning. You fucking smart. There you go. This is how we're doing a live broadcast. First ever watch along. Nice. After dark. There you go. They probably moved it around to accommodate more people. I don't know if anybody said that so far either. But I guarantee that's probably why they got it set up like that. They can fit more people in there.
Mm-hmm. And probably get more in the camera view too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure probably on Sunday they'll have like that normal poker chips and stuff like that all around the place. So we'll see what they add to the set for the pay-per-view.
So while we're watching along tonight, we'll go through match by match and give our takes as stuff's unfolding in the ring, backstage, promo wise, whatever we can, and then during commercial breaks, we'll run through the card itself and give our breakdowns for predictions for Sunday's show. If we don't get through the whole card during the commercial breaks while Dynamite's airing, after Dynamite goes off, we'll finish up with the last couple predictions we may have left to get through to end the night and cap it off and get ready for a Double or Nothing on Sunday.
Going into Dynamite right now, there's 10 matches on the card, 1 pre-show, 9 on the main pay-per-view.
Wow, a lot of matches.
A lot of matches, yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at a probably 11 between 11:30 and midnight. This will end.
Yeah.
So you're looking 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours and 40 minutes.
Normal times, I think their events were usually running 8 to midnight around that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll probably put on a 4-hour show, given the first pay-per-view back with a full crowd.
Yeah, because Revolution ended at like what? That ended at
around
like
20 to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
It was around 11:30, 11:40.
I mean, there's 5 title matches on the whole entire card. One of the title matches will be on the pre-show. And then we still have the Stadium Stampede, which last year I think took almost 40 minutes. So
now, I don't know if it's going to be taped. From what I saw with Jericho, it's like unless they're doing something special for the people that are live while it's airing. But I don't know. I got the impression that it might be live in the stadium.
That's kind of what I got too, because it sounded like one of the things I read, which is always a rumor, so who knows what it's going to be, but that they're doing something special for the fans with it. So I don't know if fans might be in the stadium too or what, but
passing off those weapons like ECW.
See, Darby got the ribs taped now, and I wish he had the ribs taped when he fought Miro, like I said, to sell getting thrown down the steps. No tape or nothing on the shoulder, so it's like,
what did he have whenever he fought Miro? Was that just the tape? I
remember he had the whole shoulder tape, and then he had an arm sleeve on.
Okay.
Solid opener. Darby come out, get the
fans what they want.
Hype. Yeah, I wish I'm gonna have to go back and watch this again just so I can hear the reaction and the pop since we're doing a live watch along, obviously for copyright licensing and all that. We got our TVs on mute so they don't pull down us streaming while we got it going on. But so I'll be curious to hear the pop for Darby when his music hits. That's a good choice to start the night off, I think. Get the crowd hot.
Yeah, someone that they're definitely into.
I mean, Benoni that wasn't a bad match.
I've seen him on AEW, but I don't know if I've ever seen him on anything else before. Was he anywhere else?
His job.
He was in NXT.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, see, Darby's talking, and this is where you wish we could have the volume up a little bit more, but don't want nothing to come through. So I guess he called out Scorpio and Ethan Paige.
Yep, there they come.
There was
closed captions aren't keeping up right either.
Yeah, there was a video this week. I didn't watch it yet. But Scorpio gave his thoughts on the whole SCU breakup and everything else. I'm a little surprised that they ended them as quickly as they did.
Yeah,
I thought there was more room for them to stay together, but
and more deserving of a payoff at the end too. They didn't get.
I'd like him and Paige together. I think they work well together. Ethan has completely changed his body from the time he's left in Impact till now.
Oh yeah, even while he was in Impact, I mean, he took advantage of the pandemic this past year. And here comes a brawl.
There we go.
But AEW does best.
Jay, are we going to get any comments out of you tonight? Or are you just going to eat and sip on some Pepsi?
You're probably just going to watch me.
What are you tuning in for?
Huh?
What do you?
I was also going to watch SmackDown during this, but
you're horrible. You're such a WWE stan. It's not even funny.
What are you eating tonight?
A sandwich.
What's on it? What do you have on it?
Turkey and
of course, and there goes the Dark Order.
Chips.
That crowd seems like that was a pretty big pop for the Dark Order coming out there. So we got I didn't see the full rundown of the show, but I did see Cody and Agogo are gonna have a weigh-in.
Mm-hmm.
Miro and the guy from Top Flight.
Yeah, they're gonna do a weigh-in.
Big Show's supposed to do the weigh-in.
Big Show's gonna do the weigh-in. I know Jericho said or Tony Khan announced Bischoff will be back for something with the inner circle and that tonight. It's Bischoff's birthday today, so shout out to Eazy-E. I don't know, like
they're still lost.
Yeah, like
it's like they're doing this stuff with Hangman, but it doesn't make sense for them to be doing this stuff.
Well, and if you don't watch BTE, you don't like they've been trying to get Sting into the Dark Order too, but
yeah.
What do you expect from Sting in his first live wrestling match in almost 6 years?
Not much, honestly.
No, you think Darby will do most of the
Yeah.
legwork?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, he did fine in the
I think-
cinematic style, but
Yeah, the three of them is going to carry him for sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Uno and Grayson squad. Okay, so that at least
That
gives
gives me
me some, that at least gives some idea as to why the Dark Order ran out there
Yeah.
as well. Janela and Hangman. That's the first time them two touched since
All in.
All In, yeah.
Yeah. That should be decent. See what Jade can do again tonight. I think I saw today's 1 year since she's held the belt.
Yeah. 365 since she's held the belt.
She's done her job this past year.
Oh, there's no, I mean, you can't, for as much as Bayley carried the women's division in WWE during the pandemic, Sheeta did, I thought, an amazing job.
Yeah.
Given the circumstances.
Just like Io did in NXT.
Mm-hmm. And so we getting the weigh-in right now.
Looks like it.
Glad we're on closed caption. I'm about to turn that off too.
Why do you dislike anything that's not WWE so much? Like, what is it? Like, there's not one other. I haven't heard you say anything positive about one other wrestling promotion besides WWE. Like, what is it about everybody else that you just dislike to the point where
it's overhyped?
Everybody
else.
Everybody is overhyped. Like,
no,
what's
like
overhyped?
You just praised a Darby Allin.
I didn't praise
Medino
it.
match.
I didn't praise it.
Get the fuck out of here.
I didn't praise it. I didn't give it 5 stars. I said it was a good opener. It got the crowd hype. It got the crowd hype. You had Darby come out.
But you'll shit on anything WWE, even if they step out the ramp.
Listen, that opening match doesn't compare to SmackDown's opener. SmackDown's opener was great. They gave us 40 minutes of the Usos and Street Profits tonight, and it was fantastic. I'll give WWE their credit when their credit's due. But like, come on, you're acting like I'm over here doing cartwheels because Darby.
I mean, if you weren't sitting down, you probably would.
Come on now, let's be a little realistic.
You might hit me with a backflip.
All right, we got our first commercial break in the night. Let's get into a prediction. Let's start off with the buy-in.
Okay, I was wondering if we just wanted to bounce around or. All right,
no, so let's start off with the buy-in and work our way up.
So not a match that's really been overly hyped. They kind of just announced it on social media this week. NWA Women's Championship with champion Serena Deeb versus former AEW Women's Champion Rio.
So these two are wrestling again. They faced off in the Women's Eliminator Tournament. It's where Serena Deeb suffered a knee injury, which put her on the shelf for a little bit. She had to get her knee scoped after that, and was out the past couple months since then. So, hey, I'm expecting a really good match. Rio is a great baby face. Similar to Darby in the fact that, if you have people in there that can beat her up and let her get her shine and come back, it makes for a better match. Serena Deeb is firing on all cylinders right now. I don't know if you'll find a woman that's hotter than her in the ring right now performing. Maybe Thunder Rosa. I don't know who else you want to throw out there name wise, but match quality, she's one of the few that are up there in the top tier right now. So
she's consistent in the ring.
I think it's a smart match to kick off the night. Get people into it. You get the NWA title, showcased on a AEW pay-per-view. So there's more of that. But I got Serena winning.
I have Serena winning also. Just because she's thing NWA, so I think she's keeping the belt.
I'd be very surprised if they did anything with this title on a pay-per-view that's not NWA, especially with the NWA. They have one next weekend. Is it June 6th? Is their pay-per-view?
June 6th is their pay-per-view.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Serena as well.
Same. Like I said last week, she's the best in-ring competitor they have right now. I'm gonna go with Serena.
Clutch my pearls. He said something positive.
I say something positive every week. I just don't pay attention. I told you I like Silver. I like Hangman. I like Jungle Boy.
But wait,
I like Serena.
He said something positive about a NWA performer, not about an AEW performer.
It's true.
So this is the first time Paul White's been back out on Dynamite since his signing, right?
Yeah.
Are we getting a flag match out of this? Like they can't just have a straight up wrestling match, right?
I don't need a stipulation.
Or weigh-in.
So what? Listen, while the weigh-in's going, let's predict this match while we're doing the weigh-in here.
That sounds good. While he's talking.
Yeah. So Rose and a Go-Go. This started out storyline wise with the Nightmare Family against the Factory. I said all along that the point of this feud is to build up a Go-Go as the star. It certainly wasn't going to be QT. I mean, his look, like, give him time. He's so green. Like, I get what you guys were saying last week, Donald, last week on the pod with you got to show me more than just a punch. And I get that. But at the same time, this is the drawback of AEW sometimes where, excuse me.
He got on Dirty Forces? No, he's losing.
I was just about to say I think he does have the look, but I think you're gonna come at me now about the shoes.
No, but I think this is where some of the signees that AEW have on the roster is that they're gonna have to learn on the fly live on TV, and it's not always gonna work out or look the best or make the product look the best, but that is what it is at this point in time. So,
which is really what Elevation and Dark are supposed to be for, but I mean those haven't been around that long to justify,
right?
Say that any talent's really there yet from that,
right? So,
who's the guy in the gray?
I can't see from the camera angle that they got right now.
Yeah, he's right by Aaron.
Other than the other big dude, I'm really not sure who's all in that group.
So it's Aaron Solo, a Go-Go, obviously QT, and then Nick Camarado were the four. I don't know if there's somebody else.
Yeah, there's somebody else in gray.
I thought that said "come at me, bro" for a second.
He
eat clean, bro.
Eat clean, bro.
He's probably like a Go-Go's belt handler, because he's holding the flag and all that stuff. So he's his assistant. Dang, how many people we
grab for this dialogue for the fans?
Rolling real deep tonight. The whole Nightmare Family's coming out.
I'll be mad if I'm those fans behind the flag. I can't see it.
Right.
I mean, you can hate this or not. Like,
so is he sponsored?
It's something. It's something.
Jimmy
it's
John.
something. It's something different. When's the last time we had a live weigh-in for a wrestling match?
Triple H and Scott Steiner.
I was gonna say Big Show and Mayweather. Did they have one?
I don't know if they did. They might have.
I have no idea who that dude is with the fedora and the gray on the Factory.
He looked like Tyron Matthew.
Or who's the dude in the red and blue? I don't even know him either.
With the Factory?
Yeah.
Isn't that's Solo?
Okay. I don't know. You could be right.
Oh, so back to predictions. A Go-Go's so green at this point, I don't know if you actually put him over. If Cody would actually do the honors. And I know people are going to come with the Cody Triple H Rhodes aspect in that, saying he won't do the job for anybody. But I mean, he let Darby. He Darby beat him. Brody beat him. Like I don't think he's opposed to putting people over. It's just it got to make sense. And I don't know if a Go-Go, it makes sense for a Go-Go at this point in time for him to go over.
But for how much you're trying to sell that punch?
Yeah, I know. That's my only hesitation. Like,
to me, that's why I think Ogogo's going over.
What the hell? Paul White can't work a scale? What the hell we got going on here? Jesus.
Coming from another big man, we don't usually use them.
Yeah, for me, I think I don't. I'm predicting Ogogo to go over for sure, because you know me, I want the young talent to go over, but it's so hard with Cody. But I think he's going to put him over just because I think Cody got a lot of stuff backstage he got to take care of before in ring.
Well, like I said, with Brandy being due, I don't know if he's taking time off or anything.
Yeah. And that, I mean, this could be a great selling point to get him off.
He's 218.
Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't 205 live. It's not like they had to come under 205. Like we're just getting the weigh in for each one of these people. Like
I'm ready for him to say,
I
don't weigh in pounds, I weigh in stones.
Truly, what sense does this make?
Honestly, Jay, I don't think it makes any sense. I think they're just
doing it just to do it.
Trying something different to add a different presentation to a match, and given Ogogo's background as a boxer, like I think you know what I mean. They're playing into that aspect of it. But yeah, I don't know necessarily what this does. But I mean, would you rather see this, or would you rather see the standard, contract signing sitting at a table where chairs get thrown and a table gets flipped?
You can give me that and a brawl. I'll take it this way.
Oh, don't worry. You're
what you don't think a brawl's gonna happen? What you think a brawl's not gonna happen?
Look at all these people. There's a reason they came out.
There's a reason there's a lot of young talent out there that you don't know.
This is everybody on a paycheck night.
So who we got? Donald, you said you got a go-go. Chris,
yes.
Who you got?
I'm going with a go-go. I think they're going to put him over.
Jay,
my heart says Cody, but I'm thinking they're going to put Cody on the shelf for a little bit. Write him off. So I'll go with go-go.
Well, keeping up with Last Link's theme on the podcast, I'll be the dissenting voice here, and I'll go with Cody.
Okay.
Or I could see it not being a clean finish, and then that way it protects Cody or protects the Go-Go. You can continue to feud on a little bit.
Like my closed caption doesn't even make sense.
I don't know how.
What is double oral? Nothing.
That's a whole other show.
Yeah, we're after dark.
It's after dark, so it's a pile.
Yeah,
I can go dip and spread.
I don't even think we could do that.
Did he beat the cameraman up, or that cameraman just jumping out the room?
I think they would have been better off doing this with a stipulation, like I said, having a flag match or something else.
Yeah.
Than just having it be a straight wrestling match. Man, for as much hate as Cody has gotten on the Twitter timeline during tweeting out watching AEW, that crowd is popping hard right now for him. Hey, it's a Cody fathead. This has gone on a little too long now. Let's end.
You don't need all this. It didn't end in a brawl.
Guess what? It's still early.
I wish we'd have got a face-to-face stare down at least. All right, so we got 3 for a go-go. I went with Cody. Of course, Cody's picking up the stick now because he has to talk.
I mean, this segment would have went a lot shorter if Paul White would have known how to work a scale. But...
This really didn't do much to sell me on these two for the pay-per-view.
Nah.
In a go-home sense. But I don't like I said, I don't mind them necessarily doing something different, but I don't think it works in the pro wrestling sense unless you were doing like if you're doing a fight pit match, like how NXT has the fight pit, then I could see a way in for that. You know what I mean? Like, or if you have like a true MMA person in there, I mean, I guess a go with his boxing background, but if you have like, Shamrock and Blackman back in the day, I could see this being a way in. When you're as big as White, you never use the scale, so you can't blame him. Cool Points TV. That's a very good point there, Cool Points. Job well done. good call out there. Yep.
Oh, that's Greg.
About Gregory.
So MJF was on Busted Open. I want to say it was yesterday or today, and they asked him about fans being back in the stands and what his thoughts were on that. So apparently, a guy tried to abduct and kidnap MJF.
What?
Yeah. So MJF told a story. A guy dressed up in a pilot's uniform actually got past the arena security, not the I forget the security company they use, not Atlas Security, but like the Daily's Place security.
Okay. Got
past them, made his way all the way into the back, and went up to MJF. Mr. Friedman, after the show, I'll be, you'll come on the private jet. I'll be the one flying you back to New York, so on and so forth. And MJF was like, oh, great. Like, I've been on private jets before, rode ones with Tony Khan before. And he said at the time his dad was having heart issues. So he figured it was Tony flying him back up to New York as, a nice thing to do. He goes up to Tony Khan and says, hey, I appreciate it. Thanks. And Tony's like, what are you talking about? So at this point, he grabs the Atlas security guys, goes, and they go back to the guy. And he asks him, hey, what's your deal again? And he's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. After the show, I'm going to take you to a private jet. We're going to fly you back to New York, this and that. And one of the security guards was like, let me see your pilot's license. And the guy was like, filling his pockets and said, I forgot it. And they were like, yeah, okay. And they took him and escorted him out. So I've never heard of a wrestler trying to get kidnapped before by a fake pilot, but there you go.
Oh, look at that. There we go.
Hobbs beating up Christian Cage because his new merch is black and orange. He's taking Taz's colors.
Yeah, these two dudes are going to stop him.
Both of them are in the casino battle royale. So
you see how late I am because he said these two dudes are going to stop him. I didn't see nothing yet. Oh, here they come now.
All right, so we got Hangman and Janela coming out. Hangman starting out.
Which this will be going to commercial break, so whenever this goes to commercial, we'll do Hangman versus Cage.
Good old Christian, just working his way through Team Taz, undefeated rankings.
I wish Starks didn't get hurt because I think him and Christian would have put on one hell of a match on the Double or Nothing. I think that would have been a really good way to showcase Starks.
Yeah, it's not even that I wanted to see Cage get showcased. It's more about Starks.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky didn't even have to win, but he, that would have been a way for him to. Now, this is interesting. So if you don't watch Elevation or Dark, Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss have been teaming up, tag teaming together. this past, I believe, Monday on Elevation, Sonny Kiss was wrestling Brian Cage, put on a good match. Them two, they had a decent match in Lucha Underground, but Janela walked off and let Kiss get beat up by Team Taz, and now tonight on Dynamite you got Kiss coming out with Janela again. So I don't really understand the point in that. If Janela walked off,
he was just frustrated.
Janela looks like he toned up a bit. Hangman. So I sent you guys over the link before the show, but would you think of and we'll get into this more tomorrow, but on the regular Dunmarks podcast, but what'd you guys think of Tony Khan's promo that he cut before Dynamite tonight? It had Twitter all up in a buzz.
I did not see that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm okay with that stuff like on Impact because it makes sense. I don't know if it necessarily made sense in this for tonight. It maybe it'll get you to tune in tonight. Who knows? Maybe that was the reason why they did, just to let people know.
It definitely had people running to find the video. So
yeah,
that based on the timeline.
Even whenever that news broke today about WWE and New Japan possibly getting some type of relationship, it's like I didn't even think about AEW.
Well, the only reason why is because the reports were that it's exclusive.
Yeah.
But my thing is they already have a working relationship with AEW and Impact. So what is WWE offering that would make them want to go exclusive?
And who knows if Ring of Honor is still in the fold too. I know they haven't been doing anything with Ring of Honor lately, but that's where their relationship was before. I'd be very surprised. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things in corporate that Nick Khan's doing in WWE, to try to change the business side of things. But there's still one man that's in charge of the creative side and the TV side, and I don't think he would do anything with New Japan. Or he'd be very selective on the people.
My thing is that's two totally different styles of wrestling.
Yeah, I didn't want to deep dive into it because I know tomorrow with us going into it. But it was just curious because I saw the feed blow up and I'm like, everybody kept saying Tony Khan this, Tony Khan that, and then I found the video and was like, okay, he's pulling the impact gimmick that he was running during the ads, which I liked. I thought that was good on the show.
Yeah. I saw someone do the old WCW thing, like the simulcast with Nick Khan and Tony Khan today. The contract does say Khan.
Yeah. Nick Khan. When's the last time Janela's been on Dynamite?
It's been a while.
A long time.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time.
Probably since he fought Kenny in that little street fight.
Yeah.
Picture in picture. Let's get into another prediction. We got Hangman Adam Page versus Brian Cage. Who you guys like in this one?
It's time for the build up of Page. Build him up all the way to All Out. So
it's time for the build up, but he doesn't need it. He doesn't need to win.
Who benefits more, Cage or
Cage would benefit more from a win? To me,
that's what I think too. Considering Cage debuted last year at Double or Nothing and won the the chip last year that got him a title shot. Since then he really hasn't he hasn't really done much. Not that they've done a whole lot with him, but I was expecting more from him in his first year with the company. But again, I don't know. Like if he beats Hangman here, so then like where does he go? Like what does it actually do for him? Who would he go after next? You know what I mean? Like do you like?
He should still be in the TNT picture, to me.
And he might be the only one that could actually really, for size wise, give Miro a run for his money.
That would be a more entertaining match than Miro and Archer.
Yeah,
we'll break that down during Miro's match.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Paige just because Cage already got the win a few weeks back. So I think this is just Paige's moment, and they're trying to play up more with Paige, trying to build himself back up in the rankings. So it's like if he's
because that one loss dropped them from the number one contender out of the top 5.
Yeah. So if they're going to play that off, because I know they were playing that off on BT the past couple weeks too. If that's what he's trying to do is build back up, I think that this is the first win to build him to that next level, whether it's building to All Out or somewhere else down the road.
Yeah, I'm going with Hangman as well. I said it before, and Chris, you touched on it here. To me, the money match for All Out would be Hangman versus Kenny.
I agree.
And have Hangman go over, just because of the story, the history with them. Like that's something that can be easily told. Then you add in the conflict with the Elite, with the Bucks, and Hangman leaving the Elite. Like there's branches and layers there that they could work with, and they can tell throughout that process. So yeah, I'll go with Hangman and get him back in the top 5 and have him work that way. Hopefully to him versus Omega at All Out.
And really, like last year, I wasn't as sold on Hangman as I am now. So I felt like I wasn't as invested while he was tag team champion because all I was getting was that drunk gimmick out of him. But I think that extra little bit that you get with that Dark Order stuff, like on BT, makes me like him more. And I feel like I'm a little bit more invested in Hangman now and would rather see him in the title picture now than I was 2 years ago whenever he was, fighting for the first championship.
Right. Donald, who you got?
I got Hangman. His build up. It's time for his build up again, all the way to All Out.
Jay?
Paige.
Brian, just because he needs to win more?
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if Cage won.
No.
It's just where do you go with him from there? You know what I mean? Like,
to me, win or loss is just like where do you go with him?
In a way too, it's one of those situations where, no pun intended on Hangman, but I don't really have a horse in this race. So
True.
They have the potential to put on a really strong match between two of them. I know Cage really hasn't, in my estimation, hasn't showcased everything that he can do in the ring. In a couple matches that looked nasty.
Was that the corner?
Oh,
yeah,
I just thought that.
Yeah.
I'll see it in like 2 minutes.
That's why I just said it. Yeah, I was trying not to spoil it, but
So go Steve, Jason, me, Donald.
Ooh.
Paige kick out 2. So how does Britt Baker screw up the celebration of Sheeta? Because it's coming.
I need to watch that with audio. I'll do it later, but yeah. You don't need the audio for that. That just that's that instant sign language. But
nice pop-up powerbomb here. Oh, he got busted open hard way.
Yeah, he did.
was a terrible sale on the buckshot lariat.
Bet you the crowd went crazy for that lariat.
That's one thing that I think Hangman, since he came into AEW, he's connected with the audience since they started.
He had it with, I think, BTE before. I think that's one of the reasons why they pushed him as much as they have. I think he connected with the audience then.
I mean, the pop he got when he won the
first Casino Battle Royale.
Yeah, the Battle Royale to get the shot against Jericho.
Yeah. Where they were doing that whole gimmick angle with his knee was hurt with that too. And
right.
Could he survive?
It was done. It was done really well.
Yeah. A picture-in-picture came up. He's going to whip your ass.
Yeah, this is hard. Doing a watch along is great, but not being able to listen in as they're talking.
Damn, he's really bleeding.
Yeah, I didn't even see how it happened.
Yeah, that's just flowing more.
The Dark Order is going to come back out again.
Jason, is that set in wrestling back 30 years with the blood?
Not when it's legitimate. That's
No,
legitimate.
I'm just asking.
The blading does.
So it's the Blade's fault. It's the Blade's fault.
Not the Butcher and the Blade.
Speaking of the Blade, where are those guys? Yeah.
I don't need them. I don't need them at all.
Look at my man Ricky Starks with a drink down there on the floor.
He's still nursing Hangman's drink from last week.
He got a new one.
Give Cage the mic right here.
Yeah. You know what?
We feel like he's coming off like clean. I don't know what he's saying, but it just feels like he's delivering something unique, better than what he would do in a regular promo.
You might be able to. I don't, because we're not watching. You might be able to hear him because of Hangman having the mic. So.
Hey, I'll take that face off. I'll have to go back and hear what Cade said there, but that,
Yeah, definitely before Sunday, I'm going to have to watch this over again just to hear what some of the stuff was.
I know my TV take headsets.
It's like the closed
caption. Wow, come on.
It's like the closed caption saying that I don't need nobody. I could do a one-on-one solo.
Oh, I love
a lot of money.
I love Moxley and Kingston.
No, you don't. Always close the name. You don't mess.
$10,000 sneakers buried in mud. That's fantastic.
All right, so we got
ones are my favorite shoe. So any harm against ones is a trigger.
Not that you felt any type of way, but with Moxley and Kingston before.
All right, what do you want to throw up next?
All right, so
Battle Royale.
I was gonna do the only non-title match left. We got Sting and Darby Allin, who was out before, against Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. So we kind of highlight a little bit on this in the opening segment.
Yeah, early on, I mean, you would look on that on paper and automatically say the faces go over. Mm-hmm. I don't think they'll have Sting and Darby lose. I would like to see Scorpio and Ethan Page get the win here.
I need to do something with Scorpio. Something. I'm gonna go with Darby and Sting, but
Yeah, I think Darby. I think Darby.
Win.
You know, smart money. I'd bet on Darby and Sting, but who I would want to see win and who I think the win would do more for, would be Sky and Paige.
I'm picking Sky and Paige. Just like Jason said, they've been doing promos and everything every week and all that stuff, so they have to do something with the two of them. And you already know my feelings about Legends. So.
This is where you put Sting on the shelf.
For good.
They're about to tour. They ain't putting them on the shelf.
For good.
Hey, they back up and touring.
Hey, they just could bring them out. Say hi to the fans. You did your job.
And I mean, me personally, I don't need Sting every week. I'd be okay if they just.
He hasn't been there every week.
It might not be every week, but it's damn near close. Here's a Buffin. Hello. That's it.
Oh.
I don't know.
I think I'm going to go with Sting and Darby. I just think with Darby dropping the title, and Sting, I'd be surprised if they had Darby do a second loss this close back to back. Not that it would hurt him. I think this match would do more for Sky and Paige to go over than for Sting and Darby Allin to win.
Once again, I'm glad for mute.
You're such a hater.
Dude, I hate Moxley. Ambrose. I don't mind Kingston talking. All like that.
I'll give you that. That's about as much as I'll take Kingston.
Nice.
He's kind of funny now. Early on, when he was doing I live for this wrestling stuff, I was over it every week.
I think the two of them together fit well.
They
It's
do.
better than them by themselves.
They do, yeah. They play off each other well. And that might be the only positive thing you hear me say about Dean Ambrose.
John Moxley. It's
You
John
don't,
Moxley.
you,
It's not
you don't
Dean
even,
Ambrose.
you don't even call him his name. How you guys feel about their theme music?
Coming out the Wild thing, I
Yeah.
thought that was just like for the special. I didn't realize that he actually bought the rights to Wild Thing, and that's like Moxley's music going forward.
That's
Tony doesn't mind spending that money.
that song is only meant for one thing and one thing only.
Ricky Vaughn.
That's it.
Yeah. Jay, Roy Greg, Cool Points TV said, "You may hate Moxley, but you love his wife."
Not me, that's Chris.
Correction.
Sorry.
Correction. I loved his wife
You got the wrong one, Greg.
until they got together and I lost all respect for her on that. I almost kicked Jason out of my house one time because he was bad mouthing Renee Young. I don't know what she's going by now, so that's all I can call her.
Renee Paquette.
Because again,
Did you get her cookbook?
No, I lost all respect for her whenever she married this man. I have nothing to do with her anymore.
3 cuts in your eyebrow, trying to wild out.
What are your
I hope that's Tony Schiavone that was saying that.
So apparently Phoenix got hurt down in Mexico really bad.
Did he?
And that's
I saw
why he
that
hasn't
sucks.
that's why he hasn't been on TV. Which when you do the shit he does in a wrestling ring,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was inevitable.
But it's not his first time hurt either. Like
Yeah.
he's been hurt like twice the past year.
And he wrestles so much too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like he never takes an off day.
I want him and Penta to get back and start. I'd like to see them renew their rivalry with Santana and Ortiz, because those matches they had in Impact were insane.
I don't know how long Lucha Brothers' contract's going to be here in AEW, but they need, after this whole thing's done with the Young Bucks, they need to get back in that picture. They need to run with the belts.
Well, when you gonna give Dax and Cash their rematch?
Do you get rematches here? I don't know.
They're high up in the rankings. They're getting passed over from teams lower than them.
Yeah. I mean, they deserve it too. But, I mean, they're doing this whole thing through the inner circle.
They're in the storyline. Let them.
Yeah.
I for as much as the pandemic sucked, I think Pac's one of those people that got hurt the most by it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lost so much momentum.
For dry, clear eyes.
There's Don Callis popping up. Former Executive Vice President, Impact Wrestling, soon to be full-time AEW performer, according to all the rumors and dirt sheets.
What do you do with him? Do you just keep him with Kenny, or like
Yeah,
whenever Rampage starts, do you put him on the headset?
He just showed up now on my stream.
Callis,
yeah.
Oh.
I think
your boys are back. Come on. Oh. That's a surprise. Well, he ain't do much, but.
Oh.
I'm not there. Oh, here we go. Yep.
Oh.
Donald will be coming to you shortly.
Kenny just got in a ring for me, so.
Okay.
Yeah, you're way behind.
There's more.
Oh, these clown asses, boy.
There's more.
I told Jason was that today? They was better off in WWE just standing around, just getting paid more money.
Yeah.
Because that's all they're doing.
But they're with their friends now. I think that's all that they really cared about.
Penta, Lucha Bros look weird in skinny jeans.
You could tell Phoenix was hurt. He was walking out to the ring.
Hardly did anything.
Yeah. See, Orange is in the light blue tonight. He's not taking it serious yet. He wears that dark blue denim again on Sunday. He means business.
See, you pay way more attention to that than I do, because I didn't even know there was levels to his color of denim.
I didn't know there was levels of denim either.
Well, you never had light blue jeans and dark blue jeans? Like,
I mean, for him, I thought it was always the same. Boy, here we go.
My nephew gives the Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
Nice.
He just
Your nephew's a smart man.
I taught him that just for you.
These segments are running long. Like,
I mean, we're an hour in already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
How many matches have we had? Two.
You had
Two.
Darby and Caesar. You had
Hangman
and Janela.
Then you had the long way in, and now this segment.
But they only advertised what?
You
3
still
matches?
You still got Miro and, Top Flight.
Yeah.
You got the tag match. Paige and Sky against the Uno.
Yeah, so they advertised 4 matches.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, this was SmackDown. You'd have ran him in the ground.
They advertised 4 matches. They advertised 4 matches, Jay. They're sticking to what they advertise, unlike WWE, who tells me, "Oh, I'm getting Dolphin Ray," but nope, it's Dolphin Dominic.
But it's still a match.
Or
It's still one match.
They'll pull
one
something
match.
out.
And they give you 5, and they said, "No, we're gonna give you 4."
All right, Chris,
I'm watching this show. I'm watching this show without sound. I'm enjoying this more than anything that I watched in WWE.
Since we just had the triple, all the people out for the World Heavyweight title, let's predict that.
All right. So AEW World Championship match. We got the champion going in, Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy versus the Bastard Pac.
Yeah. So this was supposed to be a triple threat from the jump. The way they got to announcing the triple threat was different due to Orange's injury in the match with Pac. It was supposed to be a time limit draw. They pulled the audible. We talked about that on the podcast live. I'm not mad at her doing a triple threat with Omega here. Cam Moyer says, "Let's go Orange." It's an Orange Cassidy lover right there.
Oh my God, he's not winning.
Yeah. Since you don't really have a true singles built up for Omega, I don't mind this triple threat match. For the belt. First time in AEW history, right? Triple threat for a title?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
and I'm figuring the Stadium Stampede is going to be the main event, so it just kind of plays off.
Omega's not losing here. Like, I'm not even going to try to, sugarcoat this. It'll be. I think it'll be a really good match.
All three of them work well. We'll be able to work well together because they all have similar styles in a way. And I can easily, but yeah, I agree. What's the point of doing it? Kenny Omega's not dropping the title.
Yeah.
If Omega wasn't in his storyline with all these belts and doing a one-on-one with Pac, maybe I'll think about that. But since it's a triple threat, there's no way Omega's losing. And Orange Cassidy being in this fight is total blasphemous. He shouldn't even be looking at that title.
Do you think he's here for the pin?
Yes.
Because I don't think Pac's going to do it. He's very protective.
I mean, yeah, I can see Orange being the one that takes the pin, but I don't think he's solely in the match just because he's there to take the pin. It's not like, Strowman being in a triple threat to take the pin. But I don't know, Donald, like for as over as Orange is, for you saying that it's blasphemous to have him in the title picture, I think is
his mystique has ran its course with me. Very much. I'm over him.
Jay, who you got?
I go Omega.
Yeah, I think that's obvious. Like I said, I don't.
No.
Jade with the leather, the all black leather.
Who was the chick that won? Was it season 2 of Tough Enough? There was 2 women that won.
I don't know.
But the one, she would come out dressed like that too. Like she kind of had like the dominatrix look. That's what that reminds me of.
I don't know how long she plans to be in wrestling, but she's just gonna. She has money written all over her. I don't get this whole storyline.
I think it's just giving her something.
Just put it in one of these segments.
No, we have her match tonight still too.
Yeah.
So 5 matches announced. It's big money Matt getting outbid here.
I don't know. I mean, every week Jade says that she doesn't want anybody, so
She's that bitch.
Yeah, can we stop with the women, trying to get bitch over in professional wrestling? Jade says it, Sasha says it, Charlotte says it.
Michael Cole says it.
Move the graphic.
Easy. I get it. It's after dark.
Oh, so she picked dude, or is he just out there?
I don't know. I didn't even notice him. Sorry.
We all know what you noticed.
That's fixed on other things.
Hope your wife's not watching.
Please, the way she oogles and ogles whenever Roman's on the screen, I'm more than allowed to get my looks in.
Ooh, ah.
So who is this dude?
He was MJF's lawyer.
Oh yeah,
with Cody.
Okay.
I don't know who he actually is.
Must just be on the payroll.
I don't know.
I know he's really not the real lawyer because they've had her on.
Yeah. Storyline wise, he's the lawyer. I don't know what he's done outside of AEW. Anyone's ever heard of Kylan King here?
I'll follow him.
She was on. Who's she with on BTE? Who's she been with?
She hasn't been. I haven't seen her on.
Isn't
BTE.
she the one that's not BTE. She's doing Sammy's vlog. They're doing a whole thing like with Cody, like some like tournament for one of Cody's jackets. She's on there.
I don't watch Sammy's vlog.
It's BT 2.0. That's all it is.
I think Sammy's the only person that's still doing a vlog.
Is this 80s wrestling?
It's BTE. It's basically just BTE part 2 during the week.
Starting off with a test of strength, brother.
80s wrestling.
the Kylie King girl just got to the ring for me, so it seemed like I'm falling further behind.
Yeah,
you're getting further and further behind the longer the show goes, Donald.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's not me. That's YouTube TV.
They're always on delay. I've noticed that too.
What are your guys' thoughts on Jade and where you think her potential is?
I'm getting Eva Marie vibes.
What?
I'm not going to hate that.
Crazy.
She hasn't shown me anything but 3 moves and a flex.
No, she's done more than 3 moves, dude. This is only like her 5th ever professional wrestling match.
But how much do you love All Red Everything there, Jason?
Oh, I love All Red Everything. I like Jake Cargill. I
like
All Pink Everything.
If she can continue to develop, like I think she has the look. If she can continue to develop in the ring,
you think she has the look?
Mm.
She doesn't have the look. Like that's not an automatic checkbox.
No, I'm saying she has the look. It's just, can she develop in the ring? And if she can keep doing that, then she'll be fine.
There's a spine buster, Jay. There you go. There's your 4th move. John Cena only had 5 moves, and he won 16 WWE championships.
He added that 6th move of doom. He added that.
There we go. I'm a little faster now. I got to the spine buster.
You seen 6 boots in a spine buster.
You did see her finisher on
She did a flip out of the corner.
That's not
test the strength.
Evasive maneuver. That's not.
Eva Marie ain't doing a flip out of the corner. I can tell you that
much. All right, since we're in commercial, let's do another prediction. We had Moxley and Kingston out before, so let's do the tag team championship. We got the Young Bucks champions going in against John Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
As much as I want Moxley and Kingston to win the belts, I don't see them going over on the Bucks. So
I don't think you just throw a tag team together and just throw the belts on them right away. I'm going with Young Bucks.
King is a regular on Dark and okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Dark and Elevation watching are slim to none with everything else. Tuesday nights I'm normally watching NXT. Mondays this Monday I caught a little bit of Raw, but I was watching basketball. I was watching the playoffs.
Young Bucks taking this. Young Bucks are going to win. Just
Squeeze coming through.
You never gonna
Squeeze. Hey, Squeeze. These three jabronis kicked out Beyonce on One Gotta Go this week and sided with Adele. Please tell me they're wrong.
Let's agree with everybody on here and say that Adele stays and Beyonce can be the one to go.
Crazy. They're still crazy. I'm so glad I walked off the show.
You're still sitting there all by your lonesome with that one pick.
It was a beehive all week.
Yes, for singing.
No, that was not preferenced. It was who got to go off the
Was
list.
it their acting ability?
It wasn't based on. Y'all are crazy.
You're not taking Foxy Cleopatra off the list. Shazam!
Category was female vocalist. What? How much more
Female
clarification
singers.
do you need?
Get rid of Adele.
Squeeze, it was Beyonce, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, or Adele. Which one got to go?
I can't even tell you one Adele song.
I can tell you all of them.
Look at the title for tomorrow's episode. There's an Adele song.
Hey, there we go. Implant Buster. Walk around the ring with it. Show the power. Here you go.
Beyonce ain't got a Bond song. Or do she, Dawn?
No, she got the Austin Powers.
no, she don't.
Oh, that's how we're rating female vocalists, whether or not they got a Bond song for real?
You said you didn't know one. You said you didn't know one. Ain't you a Bond guy?
No,
he's
not
not.
a Bond guy.
God damn,
He's
you
never
don't
watched
watch
them.
no. You don't watch no franchises.
No, I watch franchises and don't watch Bond.
All right, so Beyonce can go too. Okay.
You can walk off this show too.
I wish we had the music rights to All By Myself right now.
Jake looks like he just ironed that snakeskin on a regular tee. You gotta come with a better shirt than that, Jake.
Got the middle
I'm actually looking forward to him and Mero on Sunday.
I don't know if I'm necessarily looking forward to it, but they need to do something with Archer.
No, they don't.
All right, these matches just to have matches. I'm over it.
This match on now or Miro versus
Wait.
Archer?
You just said these matches just to have matches. You're over it.
No. Ain't this a title match?
No,
Yes.
I don't think this is for the belt. Miro's not an every week title defense guy.
I thought it was, but I could be
Yeah, I
wrong.
thought it was.
It's a title match. I think these title just giving these people like it's just throwing false hope out there. You just have a match just to have a match, knowing damn well none of these bums are gonna win. I don't mean not bums. I'm sorry, top flight guy. You're pretty good.
We talked about this on the show. I think it was last week. The best man stuff got to go. That should go for Sunday. He doesn't need to be the best man anymore. That
Yeah,
can
this is
go
his first
away.
title defense. So he's fighting. This is for a title. So essentially, this is another open challenge.
He got the what's the dude from Street Fighter?
Zangief.
Yeah, he got the big dude with the beard.
Zangief.
Is that Zangief?
Yeah.
Got the Zangief gear looking right now. Mirror, this needs to be a minute and a half squash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little off topic, but
I didn't watch it yet.
Tune into tomorrow's show for our bell to bell segment, Squeeze, and we'll break down the both Warrior docs side of the ring and AEW's, because I think it was a strat contrast
I didn't know.
to the same man. So that'll be covered in depth tomorrow, because there's a lot to get into with both of those. Cornette hates everybody. He doesn't like anybody in the fucking wrestling business. If you wrestled outside of the 1980s, Cornette doesn't like you.
I think we'll watch that tonight.
I'll watch it
The
tomorrow.
Dark Side
morning.
one. Because I totally forgot it. I totally forgot it came on.
I watched Dark Side, but I haven't watched the A&E one yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll some of the same footage was in both. They definitely covered different aspects and angles, but it was interesting to see how the contrast in styles for something that's the same subject, it being Warrior, and how they went about it. And, with Dark Side of the Ring, obviously you're going to get the darker aspect of things, because that's what that's what those documentaries look into.
Yeah.
They don't touch on the positive stuff.
But when we talked last week too, I mean, WWE did the same thing with the self-destruction of Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was, and they talk about that in the A&E doc.
Okay.
So yeah, they talk about that, and we can give thoughts on that as well. Oh, nice, nice move there. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, that was.
It's a shame. It's a shame his brother got hurt, because I liked what these two dudes had going.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How long is he out?
He's been out a minute already.
Oh,
I didn't even know he was hurt. So
yeah.
Long told me last week he was hurt.
Yeah, it was. I think he's
been out for a good while.
Tore his knee up, so I don't know how bad it was, but he's been out for a while.
Yeah, he's just been doing solo and 6-man tags and stuff with people. That's it.
Is Devon's kids on anything yet?
They were in Impact, but
I thought they started AEW.
Yeah, they were on Dark. I'm trying to think if they had a match on Dynamite or not. There's that blood sport. That blood sport. I'm telling you, give me that in Tong Po combination, and Miro. I'm all in on Miro. Wrench it back.
I think you're only getting that move with the skinny guy, the little guys.
That's it. Oh yeah, you can't do it with a bigger guy.
Yeah, but how impressive would it be if he slapped Archer in that and ran and wrenched back on it like that?
Archer would be on Archer would be on the sideline right after that,
and that's a good thing.
I gotta read what Jake's gonna say.
It's not even gonna understand him. I guarantee it.
Closed captions just be like blah 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 blah.
He's ready for you Sunday. We get that opportunity. You know what? Your fairy tale ending. You huff and you puff and you blow the house down. Yeah, we don't play very fairy tales. I'll tell you what I do. Maybe I can speak your language.
He just told him to shut the F up.
Yep.
After dark episode on Dynamite too.
About to see that got bleeped out.
Quit pacing around the damn ramp. Hold me back. With nobody holding me back.
Yeah, he's just. He looks like how you used to look, back in 7th grade when you were going to fight after school.
Yeah,
pacing around in the grass while the people get off the bus, circling around you. Oh, like these 4 jamokes are going to be able to break these 2 up.
all right. Archer's getting the upper hand. If Archer's getting the upper hand here, yep, he ain't winning.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I thought he was going to win going in, anyways.
I mean, if you take the belt off the man this quick,
yeah,
just send
yeah.
him
So
out.
I mean, obviously, we can get into this prediction because this is a clean sweep across the board. Miro and Archer. Yeah, everybody got Miro. I don't see them taking it off him. Archer, man, like you said, I don't know where he goes from here.
I don't think it's going to be like a straight. It's not going to be a straight, clean finish to me.
So we're getting the commercial now for the show tomorrow night on TNT at 7:30. The countdown.
It's only a half hour. I looked it up, so it's not going to be a long show tomorrow night. Why don't we go into the Casino Battle Royale? What's everybody thinking about this one?
So they announced the 20 out of the 21 participants. They only left one slot open for a surprise. Have no idea who that's going to be. They haven't, dirt sheet wise, rumor wise, I haven't heard anybody being linked to it. I'd like to see maybe somebody from New Japan come in, or maybe somebody from Impact come in as that 21st contestant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Well, has there been any stakes announced for it?
Yeah, the winner gets a world championship match,
which they're going to lose. So
yeah, that's.
Hey, give me a surprise with that 21st. I don't know who's out there.
Earlier, that's how Cage debuted last year and got his shot, won the match.
Have Hangman pull with the Brian we wanted to happen.
If Paige didn't have a match already, I'd say he probably would be in it.
Now, so Donald, if Christian Cage wins the Battle Royal for a title shot, are you going to quit the podcasting business and quit watching wrestling altogether?
He could win it. He just can't win the title. Legends can't win titles. I'm sorry, not allowed to win titles. If any legend wins a title, I'm done.
So
I'm not talking about that promotion ever.
He can pull an edge and win the Battle Royal. He just can't win the belt.
Yes, he can't win the title. No, you can't do that. Because if you're gonna do that, then let DB Austin win the title. Then let Hacksaw Jim Duggan win the title. Then
no, you come on now. Let's come on.
It is
you're going.
Whoa! Hey!
You're going way to the other end of the extreme there.
Paul Backlund did it, so.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Bob Backlund did it.
That was terrible.
I don't even know who 20 are. Oh, I have to look them up.
I mean, some of the names obviously that are in it. You got Dark Order people. You got Uno. You got Grayson. You got 10. Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Hobbs, Christian Cage, Varsity Blondes are in it, I believe. You know who I wouldn't mind seeing, and this is based off of his promo from last week on Dynamite. Give me Frankie Kazarian and let him run, because he, said that he's going to take out the Elite for them, ending SCU's run, and let him go. Give me Kazarian as a person there.
If they really want the internet to explode, have Okada be that special.
Well, he tested positive for COVID. That's why he's been out in New Japan. So I don't think he'll show up and win.
Oh, see, I didn't know.
Yeah,
How
he
long's he
came
been out there?
Well, he just last week or Monday? Monday they had a show. He announced in the ring.
And they said Japan is almost in a state of emergency
because they wanted Ospreay to drop the belt to Okada because of Ospreay's neck.
Okay.
But that with the COVID outbreak that they had and with all the people that got it, that they just had to drop it. Okada said that he's been out with the COVID, but he put his name into the tournament for the
damn Sheeta
EP Heavyweight Championship. Sheeta dressed to the nines out here. Look at Sheeta. Coming out with the Japanese garb on.
I missed the reason for the 2 belts.
Yeah, I don't know.
2 belts?
One's gold.
Yeah.
Looks like one's more gold than
Oh, this is just them presenting her with a belt?
maybe.
Okay. Oh yeah, for her 1 year anniversary.
For her 1 year.
Okay.
It says new belt encrusted with diamonds.
Oh, maybe they did get a new belt.
It's bigger.
A little bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's getting that taken.
Well, I mean, we all said this on the
That's how you do women's championships.
We said this on the pod last week that
No, Charlotte took it. Charlotte took hers home.
we'll get into the women's title match after this segment's over.
Sheeta 2 belts.
Looks much better.
Come on, Tony.
Yeah, the bigger faceplates on it make it look 100% better.
Yeah, I agree. I like the dual plated too between the silver and the gold.
Mm-hmm.
It'll look good around Britt's waist too.
I thought we were saving that till after the segment, Chris.
I was thinking of my prediction. I was just making a statement.
I mean, I know we're all in the 4-1.
Hello.
I know we're all in the 4-1-2. You know what I mean? Look at Remsburg crawling on the floor to try to get out of the shot, and the production caught it. They need to tighten that shit up. AEW, they gotta tighten that stuff up, man. It makes them look amateur hour, dude.
Like he could have easily went the way that Sue's van comes in all the time.
Oh, look, Chris, Britt's wearing your shirt. Oh, look at that face. That's resting bitch face right there.
Reba's not here, so she's here.
Or is Reba gonna come through and hit her with the crutch and behind the back?
It's the backside. You know, it's always the backside.
That's what she said.
You know where every car is coming from. You know where every sneak attack's coming from.
What you call the road? The car road.
Rebel's gonna come in and pop and
Taylor
go.
Drive.
Sue Taylor Drive.
1600 Sue Taylor Drive.
See, this is where I wish I had the sound.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear
segments.
I want to hear the reaction the fans are giving her. Are they booing her? Like,
if Britt wins on Sunday, now that they're going back on tour, I hope they come here while she's champ. Because she needs to get that hometown crowd.
He's coming to Steel City Con
That's true.
as the champ.
I don't remember her eyes being that. Like, she got contacts in over her eyes.
Who?
The green
Britt.
eyes was popping for Britt. I like that there was no contact between them two. They haven't touched in this entire build-up. Even last week, it was Reba, with the crutch. Britt hit her with the crutch, or Reba hit her with the crutch.
Yeah,
They haven't had any contact.
She stomped her.
She stomped her last week.
Yeah, I think that was about it.
All right, throw it up there.
Yeah, I really expected Reba to come back out. So here we go. AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Shida versus Dr. Britt Baker.
I mean, a year, 365 days, longest reigning women's champion. Sammy with the cue cards. This is probably the best part of the picture-in-picture show. This is a hometown pick, no doubt about it. Britt Baker, DMD. Chalk it up. Usher in a new era. She's been on fire. Her entire character shift and change has been the best thing for her. You don't ever want to see anybody get injured, but that literally was the best thing for her. It improved her character. It improved her promos. She got direction. She knows who she is as a character, and she's playing it up to the nines. So give me the hometown girl, Britt Baker from the 412, picking up the W on Sunday night.
Britt all the way.
I'm going Britt too.
I mean, the shirt speaks.
Yeah.
Very rarely, I could probably count on one hand how many people get injured and elevate their game while they're off. And that time that she had with Shivani on the mic for those few months was some of the best character development I've seen in a while.
Stone Cold.
That's the first one that came to mind. And
The Rock.
Probably okay. And I was going to think Kirk too while he was injured. Whenever he did the stuff with Stone Cold.
Yeah, I was going to say those are the three names that popped into my head right there whenever you said that.
So I mean, it's very rare, but yeah, she did a great job. And when she first started in AEW, I wasn't 100% sold on her. I'm all in now. I'm ready for her to become champ on Sunday.
Yeah, Tony Kahn talked about this on Busted Open today because Mark Henry asked about when Britt's going to get an action figure. But Tony said, he said, obviously, he goes, Britt's somebody that we're going to push. And, that was evident from her being the first woman to sign, being where she was at on the first pay-per-view. Like, there were always plans for her. It's gone in a different direction, but I think it was the best possible direction it could have went.
Yeah. And I think, there's longevity for her in the company. So you could have different variations with her with a belt over time.
Jay, you going Britt as well?
Oh, yeah, I said Britt.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else we got left to run down as far as predictions go?
The last we have, and we can, if we want to hold off on it, we want to do it now, or we want to hold off on it, is the Stadium Stampede. That's it. That's the last match for prediction.
Let's save that for the celebration of the Inner Circle, because that to me, I think will be what they close the show with.
Okay.
And then we can get out on that note. But watching this, although I haven't liked all of the segments, I will say we talked about this last week. We weren't sure if this was going to be live or taped and how much of a go-home show feel this is going to be. But this is what a go-home show should look like for a pay-per-view.
I felt last week's show had a good go-home show feel, just in case. Like same thing with what you said. I wasn't sure what they were going to do, but yeah, I want to go back and hear the crowd, and everything, get the full feel of it. But
yeah, obviously, but as far as having people that are facing off, interact with each other,
with all the fans there, I feel like that's what they're trying to give something with the fans, make it worth it.
And compared
to blocking their view with the flags,
compared to WWE, what WWE does. And this is 2 hours compared to 5 hours of television, even though WWE split into two shows. But you haven't seen a whole lot of matches between the participants leading up to this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not working you're not working mixed tag matches. You're not working singles matches. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting Drew versus Bobby Lashley 6 times and then they fight on the pay-per-view,
Mm-hmm.
which to me is refreshing because it actually makes me want to see the matches because I haven't already seen them 17 times.
Kills the match before it happened.
Jay.
It don't kill it for me. I'm gonna still watch the watch.
Now,
You might well tell the same story in a match.
You brought up before, it's the difference between WWE's 5 hours versus their 2. Now, do you count like Dark and Elevation into their production for the week? Because those are almost 2-hour shows each.
So, right now I don't, and the only reason why I say that is because you're not getting the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega on Dark and Elevation. You're not getting Cody on Dark and Elevation. You're not getting, Moxley has an appearance here and there, but like your big name stars aren't going on those shows. Minus like the first edition of Elevation when they had Omega on, you know what I mean? Like, and plus it's all on YouTube. So like, in that instance, no, I don't necessarily count it in as far as I have to watch it every single week to know what's going on because most of those names that are, on the pay-per-view aren't on Dark and Elevation.
True.
Now, when Rampage comes in, starting in August?
Yes, August 13th.
That's a third hour that on Friday nights we'll have to tune in and watch. I watch SmackDown 8 to 10, and then Rampage from 10 to 11.
And that's how Tony described it last week too. Was Rampage is going to be the partner with Dynamite, where Dark and Dark Elevation are going to be kind of like the up and coming talent.
It's their NXT, it's their PC, it's their where Axe can go and build character work. And Stu Grayson is underrated. Okay, I wasn't sold on. I didn't particularly care for the Dark Order when they first came on. Well, Stu Grayson and Evil Uno when they first showed up.
I agree.
But Stu in the ring can flat out go. And, him and Evil Uno, like, they've grown on me as a tag team. I think Uno's done a good job of getting himself in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
We can all do that. I know I'm guilty of not doing that during the pandemic, but I think his look is better, and they have some good teamwork together, man. I wouldn't mind seeing them come up the ranks at some point in time in the tag team division.
I agree. Like, I know they kind of still pair Silver and Reynolds together, and I think sometimes they get a little overshadowed because of Silver's personality. But yeah, I agree. Grayson's is a good talent. There's some good talent overall in Dark Order, and I definitely didn't appreciate them for a while.
Remember, they were the original Dark Order.
Yeah,
original 2 that came in,
and all the boys.
Yeah, and I mean, if you watch PWG and that, they were, Super Smash Brothers, and they had a hell of a rivalry with the Young Bucks in that in PWG, and that's where
I definitely didn't know them before this.
Yeah, and that's where they established themselves. I just wasn't sold on them, initially coming in. I think Dark Order's, Uno's presentation at first, it looked like, was a dominatrix, just came off bad gear wise, didn't look good. You know what I mean? Like, just didn't, him coming out and sitting on top of the minions. But their character work on BTE has made me like them even more.
I agree.
And that's what's gotten them over, is what they've done on BTE.
Yeah, the stuff on BTE has been very entertaining. And for all of them, it helps develop all their characters a little bit more. Silver shines on there, and even while he's off, he's being entertaining as hell.
Jay, I know you watched Raw on Monday night,
Yeah.
and you're watching this live now. I don't know if you watched SmackDown yet or not,
Yeah.
but if you're ranking Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown, just those three, not counting NXT, but just those three, what are you ranking as far as show this week?
I'm going Raw, Dynamite, and then SmackDown.
You got SmackDown last this week.
Other than the first match, I didn't care much for it.
I thought the first, we can talk about this tomorrow when we get into bell to bell, but that first segment set the bar so high for the rest of the show. I thought it had nowhere to go but down.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and to me, Raw had a bunch of good matches, just like wrestling wise.
See, I didn't watch all of Raw. What I watched from Raw, yes, the wrestling on Monday night was good, right? Match wise, and the performances in the ring was good, but at the same time, it's just
you had story the whole way through, and it's just like they ended it with the women's. I think that might have been for like basketball reasons, maybe, to close with that, because that was just terrible.
It just felt like Monday night rematch, but the wrestling itself was good. It was just.
I mean, every match had legit a story you can kind of get into, building to something.
How old Scorpio Sky? Is he in his 40s?
I'd probably say he's our age. Oh.
See if you can find out.
Yeah. 38. Yep, it's our age.
Wow.
Stu Grayson's so underrated, man. They got to get them two on Dynamite more.
I liked him from the beginning. I just didn't like Evil Uno, and that's what just kept the whole Dark Order thing.
I didn't like the whole gimmick, but I agree with you.
What a Hurricane Rana! Oh, King Corbin's going to be pissed, Jay. And the days got stolen.
He can steal
it. You don't like that move?
I don't mind the move. I just hate Corbin.
I want to see.
I mean, I didn't hate him from the get go. Like Corbin just slowly wore.
Nice team there. Nice teamwork there.
Yeah,
I like certain iterations of Corbin. Like this one right now, I'm not feeling.
No,
but it's doing hell of a work for Nakamura right now.
I do want to see what
I was going to say. The stuff I've seen with Nakamura with the crown, I've enjoyed. That was nice.
I need more. You got to get Dark Order back on the TV more, man.
Yeah.
These two at least. Because I think if you put them in the ring with, Santana Ortiz, you put them in the ring with, FTR, like.
Someone's hacking you, Steve. There it goes.
Oh, get an NWO running.
I thought you couldn't pin while both people were in the ring, or was that WWE?
Who knows?
It varies for everything.
Sky and Paige were that was a right call there to have them win before the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Rules only matter in wrestling when they want the rules to matter.
Never let the truth get.
That's any company
get in the way of a good story. See, now I don't need you. You cut one earlier in the show.
Yeah,
I was just about to say, yeah. You had your time earlier.
Mm-hmm. Enough's enough.
Yeah,
And we don't need Sting and Darby to come back out, which we're getting.
probably.
And get the
There
crowd to
comes.
pop one more time.
Definitely not needed.
Yeah, see, this
You
is
don't need
this
them to
is
pop
where
right now because they're going to pop whenever Inner Circle comes out.
this is where AEW lacks, and it's because of them being a new company.
There's Sting.
I don't know what's worse, the Stingers or Retribution.
Always Retribution.
Wow, come on.
So that little gimmick there felt like WCW
Yeah.
Sting.
A little bit. Call back. John Cena with all the John Cenas.
But why was that needed? Because it wasn't.
It wasn't. That's why I said some of these segments tonight, they've gone on too long, and you try to do too much. You came out in the beginning of the show after Darby cuts a promo to you cutting a promo to have a run in. Now you have your match. You get on the stick afterwards to cut a promo, and Darby and Sting come back out to what? To get the heat back for them before the pay-per-view. Like it's unnecessary.
And right there, they're standing on top, so you know what that means. They're losing. Wrestling 101.
Cam says that tag match was match of the night, but everything afterwards leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's a shame.
It was
Dynamite does that a lot.
They're running through the card now.
Did we hit all the matchups? We predicted everything.
As soon as they go to commercial, we'll do Stadium Stampede, and then that'll be it for the night.
Or you want to save that for after the interaction that they have?
No, we'll do it before we got the commercial break.
Yeah, Dynamite got to fix that.
Yeah,
just their booking of that. It's done too much, way too much. CJ, I'm being critical whenever criticism is warranted.
Sounds good.
I'm not a fluffer for AEW. I'm not just gonna give praise. Okay?
You fluff on the matches. You'll call some shitty matches some good matches.
No, come on now. Let's not get into that.
I
was right with that. And your take from the beginning of this show when you said I put over Darby and Benoni like it was Gargano and Ciampa from NXT Takeovers. Ridiculous. All I said was it was a good opener. Like I didn't say it was a great opener. Didn't say it was.
Steve gave it a 7 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Donald last week with a 9.5 out of 5 beer.
Hey, I wasn't thinking right.
I need Bischoff to just pick a side.
What do you mean?
He's just been on every promotion.
Oh, he's never
all about the money.
He's never gone back to WWE. He said that on 83 Weeks. Either was it
win their Hall of Fame
this week or last week?
He didn't put himself in the Hall of Fame. They picked him.
Yeah.
You can't blame him for that.
He might. I think he greased some palms.
All right, Inner Circle, Pinnacle, Stadium Stampede match. Jericho said before Blood and Guts that that they, and he talked about this on his podcast whenever he broke down the Blood and Guts match itself, but their thoughts on this was, why does Blood and Guts have to be the end of the feud? Why can't it be the start of the feud? Mm-hmm. And obviously, with the follow up with the Stadium Stampede match, that's the case. They're continuing to move the feud forward. I think these 5 work good together, or these 10 work good together with each other. It's added on the stuff that they've done since Blood and Guts. Has it been as good as the build up to Blood and Guts? No, not necessarily, but you build it up to where a Stadium Stampede match is warranted, I guess. So I don't know. What do you got? Who you guys got? What do you think?
I have
Sean Spears is taking the pin, the submission, or whatever.
You guys hate on Spears so much, man.
I have Inner Circle winning because I don't see them breaking up because that's the stipulation, and I see them going to a third match for sure.
Exactly what I was thinking, Donald. Yeah, it's between the stipulation of them breaking up, and you already have the Pinnacle winning blood and guts. Now I think the Inner Circle will win Stadium Stampede. I mean, they lost last year, so maybe they can. What was their thing last year? They had the shirts made up, so they had to donate them to a third world country.
Yeah,
if they didn't get rid of them, maybe they can wear them for this year. But yeah, I could see Inner Circle win this one on Sunday.
Jay,
Inner Circle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Inner Circle to get the win back here. Not that I think that it's 50-50 booking, because I think we're getting a third match as the rubber match to see who truly is the top faction in AEW. And then after that, you can peel off and do your individual matchups if you want. Spears and Guevara, Wardlow, Hart, Hager, Jericho, MJF. I think you got to run that back at some point.
You're going to have 3 months to build up to the next pay-per-view. Maybe you'll have some time to do those single matches in between.
Yeah, that's why I said, you know what I mean? You get the win here, it's 1-1, and then you got time to build up until August. And then you end the feud it all out. So I'm going with Inner Circle as well. So clean sweep across the board there.
I don't know when the first TNT quarterly special is going to take place, but they might have one of those in between too. So we'll see if they build anything up for that.
And you'll probably have Fighter Fest or Fight for the Fallen.
That one of those will probably be it.
Will be June or July.
Yeah.
All I see is faction of all time on my thing. Did you say greatest?
I didn't get it on mine. I'm not sure.
He's talking about debuting the NWO on TNT.
Oh, okay.
As some would argue is the greatest faction of all time. The opportunity to introduce them. Now he has the opportunity to introduce and celebrate the Inner Circle. That's where he's going with the promo.
Okay.
Full House, Jericho singing Judas. Probably sounds amazing.
Okay, he's back.
Now, Fozzy is supposed to be going back on tour at some point in time here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what that schedule is going to look like for Jericho, if they're going to write him off or what.
Yeah, because I think it was like last March they were supposed to go back to Europe for a tour, but then COVID happened.
Yeah, they have a tour here in the States. I think they just released a new single today. Wasn't too bad. New single was Sane. No Adele, but
does anybody know if his elbow? I'm letting that comment completely slide because
I was just about to ask.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Is his elbow legitimately hurt or what?
I haven't heard anything on his elbow. He's playing it off if it isn't.
Well, I just noticed with him walking out to the ring now, and I didn't catch this last week or the week before, but that the wrap on his arm underneath the brace, it goes all the way down around his wrist and on his fingers. So that probably sounded like 30,000 people singing that song. Do you know what are they at like 5,000? Are they at full capacity tonight down there in Daly's?
I don't know for tonight. I do know for Sunday they'll be at full capacity. But for how close they add those extra fans on the stage and everything, it wouldn't surprise me if they're not at full tonight.
I don't think that's real.
The brace?
Yeah.
Well, it's not even sitting right
Yeah,
now.
it's
It's
eager to
up
join.
on
It's
his
just
elbow.
not- Yeah.
Has the Inner Circle warrant a celebration so far? Like, I mean, the company's not even 2 years old yet. You're
No.
already celebrating them.
So we had
so
2
wait,
weeks ago,
so
Inner
wait.
Circle came out and did the gun.
So-
What's Pinnacle going to do?
So hold on, they're doing this celebration, right? But all the clips they're showing is of the Inner Circle as heels, and now they're baby faces. So what sense does this make?
Their dominance.
Why does Hager have a mic?
He should never. He should
No.
always just be the muscle. I mean, I don't need Hager ever. Like, I don't even need him to be the muscle in this group. But
You know what? Ortiz don't scream "We the best" no more. He done calm down.
He ain't hyped up yet. He ain't in the match.
I need them two to get a title run.
Yes.
absolutely,
You
and
talk
be
about
their
being
crazy
under-
selves.
He
you talk
like
about
Bo
being
Dallas.
underutilized.
Maybe Bo Dallas is a surprise on Sunday night.
Stop it.
I'm gonna go Swan.
You got to have somebody from New Japan or Impact show up.
That
to
would
me.
be something. Yeah, like especially
Because
somebody
it's
from
the perfect
Impact.
it's the
Especially somebody from
perfect
Impact.
it's the perfect opportunity for it.
Yeah,
But to me, I think winning it's either gonna be Christian or I'm gonna go Will Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
So Taz has 2 under his belt.
If it's not the surprise, then Christian. I'm telling. I want it from a story standpoint now. Like I said earlier tonight, give me Kazarian.
I seen some. Is he in it? Oh, as a surprise. I seen somebody.
Well, no,
him.
I said either the surprise entrant,
As
like how
Kazarian?
you had with Cade.
Oh, Kazarian's already in it.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
Kazarian's already in it.
Okay, I'll overlooked him.
I mean, there's plenty of guys in that battle royal that I'd be happy with to win it, but it still just screams Christian for me right now. But that could depend on, like you said, Steve, on who the mystery person is.
Skinny jeans are bad enough, but when you have skinny camo pants, that's like going too far.
On what's supposed to be a legit badass.
And then you have the skinniest chain hanging off. Chain loops stopped being cool in the like 90s. And they only look cool if they were on some Jenko jeans.
Like big guys shouldn't wear skinnies.
Small guys shouldn't wear skinnies. Nobody should wear skinnies. Like
His wallet chain. I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah. It's screaming 90s.
He got a bebop chain.
He just wants to listen to some Nirvana. That's all he wants to do. And we got 5 minutes here. I'm surprised they're all getting some mic time.
Well, they are. They kill time. That's why you gotta. You know what I mean?
Jericho and Big Show were matching shoes.
Jericho's going to talk for 2 minutes.
Yeah, what's the Pinnacle going to do? You know they got to come out at some point here.
They'll be on screen.
Get Tully to come on and scream again.
Because the Pinnacle hasn't been on at all tonight, so they got to do something. Unless they go overtime.
Well, with them being on from 10 to midnight, they might have some leeway here. I don't know what's scheduled next to come on the broadcast, but
that's Silk Stockings.
The replacements.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. We appreciate you guys joining us in our first ever watch along. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for interacting. The more you guys interact with us, the better the show is. We appreciate and love you guys. Shout out to everybody for that. And head over to prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. 20% sale going on right now. We have the newest addition to our Dumb Marks merch lineup announced this week was the Dumb Marks After Dark shirt. So hop on over there. Get yourself a fresh, crispy tee. 20% off right now. And tune in tomorrow live at 11 a.m. for our regular Saturday Brunch Bunch podcast of the Dumb Marks. And we'll get into everything else in pro wrestling and bell to bell, as well as TV, video games, movies, drink of the week, our One Gotta Go segment, and This Week in Sports.
Russian say Dean Malenko. Nah, just let him be. No way I'm making that run.
I know Santana got to be hot as hell in Jacksonville with a freaking hoodie on.
Everybody was sweating their ass off tonight down there. So, yeah, it's got to be hot.
Chris's armband is falling off.
Oh, it was an ambush. See, I didn't think you need this.
Because you're going to get this Sunday.
Yeah, you don't need this to go off the show.
Yeah, you don't need this, but I think they were going to do something.
Have a stare down or something. This is WWE production right here. We're giving you the match before the match.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Are they going to pile drive both of them through the table?
Looks like one table for each.
Oh, shit.
Spears' shirt says Canadian God.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm behind.
That table gave the no-sell.
All right, so WWE booking, the Inner Circle's going over because the Pinnacle got the heat at the end of the show.
All in, guys.
Better get off of Tim Tebow's field.
All right, Pinnacle goes off the air with the heat for Sunday night. Got to think that's going to be the main event.
Yeah, it's got to be,
especially because they're doing it live. I don't see how you put that on, during the middle of the show, but who knows? We'll see. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Appreciations again. Follow us on all our social medias. You can email the show at dumbmarkspod@gmail.com. Again, go over to our Pro Wrestling Tees store, prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. Anybody got any final thoughts before we get out of here? And
Y'all don't
What's
want to hang
everybody
for
think will be the match of the night?
Match of the night. What'd you say, Jay?
Said y'all want to hang? Y'all want to hang for the Detective Pikachu watch along?
No. Match of the night. What do you expect in match of the night? Run through here.
I'm thinking Britt Sheeta.
I was thinking that too.
I'm gonna go. I can't even think anything right now. I'm gonna go Stadium Stampede.
Go.
I'll go to Triple Threat.
Got a variety there.
Yeah, got a variety there. Tweet at us. Let us know what you think match tonight will be. Let us know what your predictions are, what we got right, what we got wrong. And we'll see you guys tomorrow in the AM for a regular edition of the Dumb Marks Pod. Thanks again for tuning in for After Dark. Anybody got anything else? All right, with that being said, I'm a Mark, you're a Mark, Telemark. We appreciate you, Marks. And until tomorrow, you can catch us around the way.